I'm Marty from GuitarJams.com, and I want to teach you some heavy rock open chords that you can play. They're not hard, but I remember, you know, before YouTube and even before the internet, you know, something as simple as this, you know, I didn't even know. No one showed it to me. So I just want to make sure you know how to do this when you're playing with like heavy distortion, but you still want that open, you know, kind of sound. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you, you know, some of the things you want to look for with some open chords and distortion and heavy rock and all that stuff. All right. So a power chord is also known as a 5 chord. Like an E5 is the same thing as an E power chord. And what that means is there's no third in the chord. And when you make a chord, you know, a basic chord consists of 3 notes, the root, the third, and the fifth. And the third is what identifies it as major or minor. When you take that out, it's a little more ambiguous, but it actually creates a more, I don't know how to describe it, but you can definitely hear it. You know, for instance, here's the E major chord, without distortion though, but. And here's an E5 chord, meaning no third. It's not major or minor. And here it is with the major third. That note in there. And so that third, it's a really important note actually for chords, but with distortion, it can muddy up the chord. And you know, especially with distortion, we still want a distinct sound. We want to be able to make out the chord and not have it just sound too muddy. So what we do is with the open chords, these are my favorite power chords to play, and ACDC uses this like crazy, but you know, so do so many other rock bands. I think of ACDC, you know, really when I do this. If you take an E major chord, you just relax your index finger so that string is muted. Green Day does this a lot as well. So that is just muted, and now there's no third in the chord. And when you play an A major chord, you want to mute the B string. Here it is with the major third. Maybe you'll be able to hear the difference. You know, I was emphasizing that a little bit, but you get the idea. It's definitely a better distortion kind of sound is to take that third out. Okay, with a C major chord, you mute your middle finger. With the D major chord, you mute your middle finger. Alright, now a really good one is the G chord. And this is a great way to play a G power chord. You gotta have your pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B. And then you can get your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E. And then the A string has to be muted, and it's muted by my middle finger. And then, you know, so the intro little piece that I was playing was, I was doing all those versions, but E, G, A, and D, all with with no third in any of those chords, and it sounded like this. When I'm playing A this way, I'm just muting the B and the high E, but you could. Alright you guys, thanks for hanging out. You can go to Guitar Jams and sign my request list or try the site out for free for 3 days. I appreciate all that stuff. Otherwise, I'll see you real soon.